It is easy to be drawn into someone else's story, the path they're working in, mostly if they have certain kinds of what we call accomplishments and successes. And we are drawn to them and admire them. And sometimes, even beyond that, I find myself being focused on other people because of who they are or who I think they are. And I start comparing my life and theirs to the ones I think I'm doing better than. I feel good about myself. To the ones I feel like they're doing better than I am, I feel jealous, right? And envious of them. And you see, in that moment, what I'm doing is I'm forgetting that there's a path that God has carved out for me. There's a journey He has called me to. There's a place He has called me to walk in. But when I lose focus on God and the journey He has called me on, and I start looking at other people and comparing my life with theirs, I lose sight of where I'm supposed to go and what God is doing. And I cheapen God's grace, His faithfulness, because I think, God, you're so slow. I wish you're faster than this. For me, I've come to see that in my own life. I always refer to myself as a slow comer to life. Because for those that know me as a child, I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the brightest. I actually used to say that I was a dumb and ugly child. That's how I felt, and how I thought about myself was reflected in how I lived my life. But that's not the truth about who God says that I am. And Jesus came and He transformed my life. And I'm saying this not that I feel like I've accomplished anything per se, but I've come to see that accomplishments is actually being faithful to God's calling upon my own life and trying to seek and following who God has said you are, and who God has called Joseph to be. And that's what I'm trying to seek faithfully to follow. So that's my own path. That's my own journey. Because some people may look at your life, and I know many did that to me and said nothing good can really come out of this life. People can easily quit on you, give up on you, and also other people can compare you to others and say, for this one, it's all over. I just want to encourage you to stay strong on the journey, on the path that God has called you. The psalmist says in Psalm 139 verse 14, he says, I praise you, O God, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. That's who you are. God has made you. God has made you unique, special in your own way. I told you, you're good, you're bad, and ugly. They are all what comes together and make you who you are. And God knows. And God is leading you despite of you. When you trust Him, He can use all the brokenness, all the mess, and put them together and make a masterpiece out of it. So stop comparing yourself with other people. Stop thinking what they have, you should have, because God has given you so much. But when you fail to see what God has given you, and you're looking at what God has given to other people, you won't even see what He has for you. I remember many years ago, I wrote a song. It's personal to me, and it says, just because of say I no get money, mean say everybody go just they run me down. Just because of say I no go school, mean say everybody go just they run me down. You go see people they hustle, people they bustle to make sure say they make them big time. But brother, the life where we they live no be competition. This life, this path, this calling of God upon you is not a competition. Stay on the lane, stay on the path, stay on the journey, and trust God, because He is faithful. Looking at other people and what they have is a sign that we don't believe God, that He will make out of us who He has called us to be. Not who I want to be, how I want to be, who God has called me to be, and how He wants me to be. So stay faithful, stay strong, believe God. He is faithful. He is faithful. please feel free to subscribe to my page. If you have questions or you want to dialogue some more, please feel free. I hope this video blesses you. All right, peace out.